Welcome back to Sandlot and the Crew, where Sandlot Radio Show meets Wrecking Yard Baseball and Softball. I'm your host, Will Kiger, a.k.a. Wrecking Yard Will, and we're live from Wrecking Yard Baseball and Softball here in Torrance, California, beautiful South Bay. And this is part 2 of the Trent Oeltjen origin story. A kid from Australia making it all the way to the big leagues, one of the few to ever do it. And where we left off in part 1 was Trent had just gotten called up, and he had originally chosen to sign with the D-backs, who are playing Game 7 tonight against the Phillies.
I don't think he had a choice. I think he ended up on the D-backs because the way it works, you were a 6-year minor league free agent and you got picked up in that Rule 5 thing. Is that how it worked?
It wasn't.
Or were you on a
Rule 5,
trade?
No, it was a free agency.
Okay.
So I went to free agency and then had a choice of whether I was going to come back to Minnesota or try something new.
And it's always, a change of scenery is always kind of scary, but at the same time, it can change everything. And it sounded like it did for you, but one of the things Will wanted to know about is some of these cities, some of the experiences behind the scenes, because, again, these are some diverse places compared to Castle Hill, right?
I mean, it's a great question, Will. I mean, as you know, I mean, everyone sees the bright lights on TV, and that's what makes this whole journey so special of getting called up, because you go through the entire, I mean, I didn't go through the college route. A lot of kids do, and then they cross over to professional baseball. I did that at 17 years old, so I didn't know anything different. But as you go through, you realize this is a grind. You start to see different people sort of fade away, and it really is the cream rises to the top, and you see less kids and the best of the best sort of getting up and up as you move up the upper levels. Through that, I found each year there was something you're going to have to overcome. And I felt like I got through that, and then I'd be pretty smooth through the rest of the season. I was like, if I can handle that, I can handle anything. Then the next year, a bigger incident would happen, and then that was sort of the way through. So I remember I'd played in high A, so the Fort Myers Miracle, and I was crossing over to double A. And I was sort of penciled in to make that team, and I was starting to become a prospect at the time. I hit 300 the whole way through, and I was moving with a really good crew. You know, Denard Span, Jason Kubel, Garrett Jones, all these guys had a lot of big league time. So we're moving through, and I remember it was the end of spring training, and we had a sim game where the net was out on the field. You know, we had live pitching, L screen, and we're standing behind, I think we call it the turtle or the whatever you call it. Igloo, right? Whatever you call it. We're standing behind. I was with the next batters, and I was coming in. I was about to hit next. And Alex Romero, who played a long time in the big leagues as well, we played together in Arizona. He was hitting against Francisco Laureano. Right, the bat breaks, wooden bat. The bat then comes back towards the turtle. It pierces the net. It hits me right in the eye. Luckily, it's a cup bat. Otherwise, I would have lost my eye for sure. Boom! It goes through the light. It hits me right here in the bone. I mean, if this is just sound, then it hits me through the bone, all surrounding around your eye. Immediately, it swells over like a Rocky film. I cannot see out of my right eye. So everyone around me...
Just cut me, Mick. Just cut me, Mick.
So everyone around me, I'm like, my eye. I can't see my eye. So everyone's literally looking on the ground for my eye. Like, oh, damn, Oeltjen's lost his eye. Blood is everywhere. I've got white batting gloves are starting to fill up. I'm starting to freak out. Like, I'm not going to be able to see again. My dream, like, this is over quick. Luckily, I had a trainer, like, hey, just relax. I sort of put something. All of a sudden, I hear the ambulance, fire truck. When you call 911 in the US, everyone rolls in. It's seven fields in spring training in Fort Myers, right? So all of a sudden, everyone's looking around like, what happened on field 5, whatever on. A bunch of my buddies start rolling through. Oh, it's Trent. Like, something's happened. Then I'm in the ambulance next minute, and there I go, right? So it's interesting. In that ambulance, you would think that you feel all these different things of fear and am I ever going to see again? What's just happened? But it was actually a moment of presence, because I can't go into what's going to happen this year. Where am I going to be? I found myself at not peace, but it was, I don't know, something happened right there of sort of a saying that a mentor showed me of be where your feet are. And unconsciously, I had to go there. And that was a lesson that I learned. And that was a hard road back. It was a couple months. They wanted to make sure there's no damage done to my eye, to the retina. I came back to spring training, extended spring training, because the team had headed off to Double A. And I remember as I came back, the glare was really bright. I had to hit with sunglasses. I'd never hit with sunglasses before. It was even hard to play the outfield with sunglasses. So the perception perception was different. I remember I went like 0 for 15 as I came back. All of a sudden, doubt starts to creep in a little bit. And you're like, man, am I ever going to be the same? I was in rookie ball. I played rookie ball, 4 or 5 years earlier. So I was supposed to be making a difference. And luckily something clicked and I continued on. And but that was one of those things I had to overcome. And again, as you can see, that was a scary moment, but I learned a lot from it.
All right, next thing. When you got the word that you're going to the big leagues, let's walk through that, because that's that moment that guys that get to go to the big leagues, everyone has that moment, and it's a different thing for everybody. What was it like for you?
Yeah, so that's a moment you dream of, right? Every little kid wants to play in the big leagues, representing their country. So I'm lucky enough to have done both. And it was a special night, Des Moines, Iowa, against the Iowa Cubs. Here we were in front of a couple thousand people, cold, eerie night. 9th inning, ball goes up, I lose it in the lights, drops right in front of me. We lose the game. I'm walking off the field because the clubhouse isn't connected to the dugout. You got to walk through left field. So it's a long, lonely walk. Pitchers eyeing me up. I think we're about to go at it. You walk in, you're like, man, the manager, Brett Butler, great friend, great mentor to me. He's Oeltjen, I need to see him office now. Oof. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Where is this going?
Am I getting released?
He's cut.
Because I missed that ball.
Like, damn, this is cutthroat. And I had a great season so far. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Like, that's not a good sign. Walk in, everyone's in there. Trainers, physios, hitting coach, pitching coach, manager, everyone's in there. Clubhouse guy. I'm like, oof. Uh-oh. Like, they're really making a statement.
That's scary.
They're making a statement with this one. It's one ball. Anyway, he's like, what happened on that ball, Oeltjen? I'm not going to make excuses. Hey, I missed it. It's not going to happen again. He's like, okay, better not, because tomorrow night you're meeting up with the big league team. They're playing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're now a major leaguer. So you talk about an emotion, a roller coaster ride right there where you think you're getting cut or sent back to yeah. You just think you're getting sent back to W's or A-ball or back to Australia. And here I am, my dreams just come true. And I'm so glad it was Brett Butler as well. He really worked with me and prepared me for that moment. And then it was hit the ground running from there.
I could see him liking you. You were a player a lot like him. Mm-hmm. Left-handed thrower, left-handed hitter, plus kind of the same type of player. You were Brett Butler.
He taught me how to steal, taught me how to bunt. He taught me how to use all the weapons. And that helped me right when I got up to the big leagues.
Wow, that is really cool.
So when he told you you're going to the big leagues, okay, first of all, did he really try to mess with you at first? Like, really try to scare you a little bit?
Well, yeah, what happened on that fly ball? I mean, right away, I bet he's thinking, God, I'm going back to Double-A, or maybe they're sending me home.
It's like, Trent, I got
gave me a
some
shot.
bad news for you.
Can't even catch a fly ball. I'm going to send this dude home.
So did he mess with you a good bit first, or was he pretty...
He's so nice.
Yeah.
So he got out of it pretty quickly. He could have done it way worse.
Yeah.
But I think he was just making sure, am I making the right call here? Like, we've worked hard. You need to be ready. And you can't do that in the big leagues or you will be sent out real quick.
Right.
So you need to be crisp. And so when that moment comes, you want to call everyone. Everyone somehow knew in the clubhouse. As soon as I walked out, it was a big stacks on and everyone was excited for me because it did take me some time. And then, from then it's hyperspeed till the next day.
So when he tells you, Trent, you're going to the D-backs, you're going to the bigs, was there a moment where you just instantly had crazy adrenaline and felt super like high? Was it like a shock? Were you able to what was that actual moment like right then when he told you?
You always wonder how am I going to react when it comes, right?
Yeah.
Am I going to cry? Am I going to do this? And it's surreal, right? Because it's a kid's dream. It's every little boy's dream is to, if they like baseball, they want to play in the big leagues one day. They want to run out on that field. So now I'm told that, hey, tomorrow you're going to get your chance. So you want to share it with everyone that's been with you through the journey because there's a lot of ups and downs, as I said. And so the first thing I want to call my family, I want to call mum and dad back home, time difference, no one answers the phone. I'm like, that doesn't let down. I call my closest buddies, call them, no one answers. Like, man, I want to share this. And then eventually everyone starts calling me back throughout the night and I tell them, man, it happened. I'm going to the big league. So everyone's so excited for you. And then, the next day, we're flying to Pittsburgh, flight's delayed, and the field coordinator was there to pick me up and we did the drive to... it happens in a flush. We drove to the stadium from there.
And that's pretty new stadium at that time, by the way, right?
It was, yeah. And it's actually, I don't know if it's coincidence or what it was, but when we played in the Futures game, it was at PNC Park.
Oh, so you already had a game under your belt.
So that was the one big league field I've walked on.
Wow.
So that helped me.
So, but now you're a big leaguer. What was it like going up the dugout stairs and onto the field that first time?
Yeah, so you walk into that clubhouse for the first time and it's the show, right? You've got leather seats. Pittsburgh's brand new, as you said. So even on the visiting side, I mean, it is decked out. You got everyone, seeing all the big names on the D-backs. Well, I played with them in spring training, so I got to know everybody. But now I'm here. I'm here to join them, make a difference. And the clubhouse guys meet me. Hey, Oeltjen, here's your stuff. You see your jersey there for the first time. Amazing. So they're quick, get ready. The team's already hitting on the field because the flight's delayed. So I roll in, get changed real quick. I'm about to walk down the stairs, and I peek at the lineup right next to me as I go down.
And you're in there?
And I'm hoping I'd have a couple of days to get my feet wet, enjoy this.
You're in there.
Nope. Oeltjen playing left field, and I think I was batting 7th or 8th that night. So, here we go, straight into it. So first at bat, I hit the second pitch right back to the pitcher. He sort of bobbled it. I beat it out to first. So I got a base hit my first at bat.
Was it an infield hit?
Yeah, infield hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So
awesome.
there we go. So everyone's like, hey, give me the ball.
And again, kids, he could run. His first at bat, if he couldn't run, would have been an infield ground out to the pitcher.
Yeah, that's right. So he bobbled it, beat it out. I remember Eric Burns, good friend of mine, was top of the dugout. He was the captain on the team at the time. He was like, hey, give us the ball for the rookie. So he got the ball and pretended like he threw it up into the stand. Like, what? But yeah, he kept it, and then everyone wrote on it. So I've still got that at the house today. I stole second, stole third, and Brett Butler told me, Brett Butler told me, hey, you're gonna get one chance to make a statement, so you need to get on, you need to go before they know who you are.
Oh,
stole
think
second,
about that first
stole
game.
third.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I was letting it all go. So then we fast forward to the 7th inning.
Well, wait a minute. Did you score?
I scored.
All right.
Andy scored all the way around. That's awesome.
Fast forward to the 7th inning. We had a tied game. 1-1, and I hit a home run to right field.
No.
We go ahead and we win the game.
What a
first game.
What I forgot to tell you was in the first inning, Max Scherzer's pitching, good friend of mine, and one of the guys sort of hits a ball over the third baseman's head, and it goes down the line. And I go over, I pick the ball up, I spin, I throw it to second base, and I throw the guy trying to turn it into a double. So right there, it takes me right back to being a 16-year-old kid being told, you'll never throw again, play another sport. And the first ball I touch in the big leagues, I throw the guy at second base.
Awesome. An
Love
assist.
that.
Wow, what a first game.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer, no.
It almost makes you wish, man, maybe I should just stop right here. I could have this game where I got a hit, I hit a home run, I stole 2 bases, I scored runs, I made an awesome play. Do we just shut it down now?
But that had to give you so much confidence, right? Because your first game in the big leagues, you get a hit, you throw a guy out, you steal a couple bags, you score a run, you hit a home run, you guys win. Like, that had to set you on this, like, oh, I can play here.
Absolutely. I mean, I was still, that first week, I still remember it. I told myself, okay, it's the same game, same white lines we've always played. Just don't really look up too high. Down the third deck. There's a third deck. There's reporters.
A lot of people here.
It's starting to move quick. So from there, from Pittsburgh, I caught them at the end of the series. So then after they were flying to Washington. So I remember going to the travel secretary like, hey, man, I didn't get my ticket yet for the flight. It's like, we got our own plane. Like, welcome to the big leagues. Just get on the bus, Oeltjen.
Yeah, dummy.
So we got you a Greyhound ticket. You didn't get that?
You're going to meet the team. And Uber's got you.
You don't need tickets for the PJ, man.
That's right. So,
that's great.
So from there, we go to Washington. And the next day I'm in there, I'm leading off. Day game. So, okay, I get another shot at this. So lead off the game with a home run to right field. Get three hits that game.
No way.
I don't play the next day because they're matching up against lefty. I'm back in there the final game against Washington. Another 3 hits. We go back to Chase Field, back to Arizona, and I hit a home run to right field. Play the Mets. I have a chance to come up for the cycle. This is my first week in big leagues.
Wow.
I'm just floating.
And you're hitting like 700.
I'm hitting over 500 at this time. I'm a standing ovation for a kid from Sydney, Australia. No idea what I'm doing. I just got up to the big leagues. Jason Upton sort of pulled a rib cage or whatever. He's out for maybe 10 days DL, right? So here I am, my first week, I'm hitting 500. I'm now walking up for the cycle. I hit the first pitch. I hit it right back up the middle for a base hit. And I didn't know if they're going to boo me. You know what I mean? So then it's a great game, 4 for 4. I roll in. I got 10 reporters at my now they're like, hey, they're starting to pay attention. You know what I mean? This Aussie, at the time, Arizona was sort of looking for something to bring a bit of a spark, and fell straight into it. And then all of a sudden, now you're starting to find yourself in the papers. Everyone's, bringing attention to you. So Upton's now about to come back off a DL. They're like, we can't send the Aussie back or they're going to burn the stadium down.
Yeah.
So they had to send down another outfielder on the team, and then I stayed the rest of the year.
Wow. That is a great way to start the big
What a
league
start,
career.
man. Unreal, yeah.
It's almost like our boy Glenn Williams, who 13 games in the big leagues, never didn't get a hit. 13-game hitting streak to start his career. 17 hits in 13 games. 425 lifetime batting average in the big leagues. Dives back into first base, dislocates the shoulder, never gets back there. Yeah. So he hit 425 in the big leagues.
Did that, I mean, that's such an epic start. Like, did that set any records either in Major League Baseball or for the D-backs?
I still hold the record in the first week in the big leagues, tied with Bryce Harper. So.
With Bryce Harper, who's that?
I've never heard of that guy. Yeah, he's not any good.
Wow, that is so cool, dude. Well, and then, sticking around. Let's talk about that, because getting there is one thing, but so many of our guys have talked about how, getting to the big leagues is one thing, but how do you stay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the next. Now I'm playing every day. I'm in the big leagues. I had 3 home runs in my first 4 games, and now they're paying attention. Teams aren't like, okay, we're not going to test this kid with fastballs.
We're getting slider. Here comes the slider.
He's got that covered. So now it's the cat and mouse game of you got to adjust, you got to evolve. And so that was sort of how we went. So at the time, I remember from there going to Philly. And at the time, they were a World Series team. They had all the big dogs, everything else. And that was the loudest stadium that I'd played in.
Oh, yeah.
Ball went up, and you cannot hear anything. So there was a lot of lessons and everything else learned throughout the rest of that year. And so I finished the season pretty well. Obviously, I came down off cloud 9. I didn't end up hitting 500. But, being surrounded by guys like Eric Burns and, I think Randy Johnson, that was maybe his last season as well. So playing with greats like that, it was an amazing experience with Arizona.
Was Mark Grace still there?
I don't think so. He was front office at that time.
All right, yeah.
Well, Philly fans are very passionate, to put it kindly. So did you have any chirps that you remember from the Philly fans, or just any chirps in general during your time that kind of stand out to you?
It was constant. I mean, Philly's so loud, but I remember San Francisco was probably the worst.
Really?
Batting practice, they're on you. From BP, I mean, that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And were they
getting there
let
early?
these guys in? Like, come on.
Were they pinpointing that you were an Aussie and saying, "Hey, come on, you king, or you wombat, come on, what are you doing?"
They come with it all.
Yeah.
Right? And they have somehow, I guess the lineup's posted. We know you're playing left field. We're going to be on you all night. And they're only a couple beers deep at that point. You wait till the 3rd, 4th inning, they're 10 beers deep, and it's a whole different ball game.
Wow, and that big league experience has led you into wanting to do stuff beyond what you did. And I think that's the coolest part. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next segment, is what Trent's done now and how cool it is and the opportunities that you're creating for other Australian kids. We're going to talk about that next.
Yeah, as you hear, Trent's done a lot of cool things on the field. Now he's doing a lot of really cool things off the field. So we're going to get into that in our next segment. So make sure you stick around for that. You're listening to Sandlot and the Crew, where Sandlot Radio Show meets Wrecking Yard Baseball and Softball. I'm your host, Will Kiger, and we got Mr. Tab Powers, Mr. Trent Oeltjen. Check out segment 3.